Okay, on the road with Griff Martin, and here I am now at the Lynyrd Skynyrd Monument, which is the crash site for Lynyrd Skynyrd. And as you can see, there's the sign, Lynyrd Skynyrd Monument. And just past the sign, you go up here and turn on Easley Road. For those of you that want to come see it, there's a good marker over by the main road on the interstate, and it's really easy to find because of the markers on the road. Really beautiful area out here, and hard to believe that it's just not that far away where the plane went down back in October 20th, 1977. And now that there's a monument up here, it's really a great thing that these people did, and it makes for a nice place to come and take a look at things, and be as close as you can to the site where the plane crashed. So we're going to get out here, take a look. Right there's the monument, and we'll take a look here. Okay, Griff Martin here on the road, the Stone Roadie Show. I just pulled up to the crash site here, Gillsburg, Mississippi, and I'm gonna come over here and show you guys this monument. It's really a horrible thing that the plane crashed here, but what a beautiful place to have a plane crash, if you're gonna have one. Yeah, just take a look around here. It's just awesome. You can see the pine forest back there, and that's the area behind the monument where the plane crashed. You know, I was talking to Dwayne Easley, and he's the gentleman that owns the property, and he was the one that pulled a lot of the plane crash survivors and the people that didn't make it out of the plane. And you know, people ask him, they say, where is it exactly? And some people even try to sneak back there, and you know, and he's so funny. He says, I just let them do it because there's no way you're going to get back there. It's just so thick and brush, and even if you tried, you wouldn't know where it is. So he's going to come up here, and him and Luttrell, and they're gonna take me back there so we can get prepped up for Craig's arrival in October, to go back to the exact spot where the plane crashed so Craig can see it. Pretty cool of them to do it. But right here's the monument, and I'm sure a lot of people have already seen video of it and maybe even been here. So this is what it looks like. Carved granite. It's got some really great pictures of the band on here and a lot of information. Some really cool carvings. Go around here, you can see some script that was carved into the granite. It was a really great unveiling. Back 2019 I was here, and this is the second time I've been here. But if you guys haven't been here, it's something you need to put on your to-do list. When you come, there's usually somebody over here selling posters, t-shirts, and things like that, so you can make donations and just spend some time back here, you know, to reflect on some things. So if you get a chance, come out here, and I think you really enjoy it. So we'll be leaving pretty soon as those guys show up, and we'll make a trip back to the site. Okay, here I am, Griff Martin, and I have a very interesting lady here, and her name is Brenda Martin. And we're at the monument in Gillsburg, Mississippi, and I just happened to run into Brenda here while I was here. And now, Brenda is a very interesting lady because, as we know, the monument, the Lynyrd Skynyrd Monument, there's some special things that happened out here. One of them was a plane crash, a Lynyrd Skynyrd plane crash. Just so happens that when that plane crashed, there were 3 people: Artemis Pyle, Mark Howard, Mark Frank, Mark Frank, Artemis Pyle, and Ken Peden, and I should have known that.
Yeah.
I get my marks mixed up. Were actually able to walk away from the plane crash and go for help. And where did they go? They went to Brenda's house. And what happened, Brenda? Do you remember hearing the plane crash?
No, we did not. My ex-husband heard a crash, but he didn't know what it was. He thought it was a car wreck or something.
Right.
We didn't know it was a plane crash.
And what alerted you to the fact that there was something going on?
Well, he came in our little house trailer and he said there's escaped convicts out here. He had to get his rifle.
And the reason that wasn't there like a prison break at that time or something?
No, that's not the reason he thought that. The reason he thought that was because they were walking across our pasture and then up our driveway, and at the same time a helicopter was flying around with a big light on it. So he thought, they might have been escaped convicts. Well, they come up our driveway, he went out with his rifle, and he shot up in the air. And
your husband, that's your ex-husband now, and his name is what?
Johnny Moats.
Johnny Moats, and I knew that, but I just wanted to get it from you. And so, what did he do when I heard that he was kind of like wondering what was going on? He sort of was driving around looking at these guys like, what are they doing here, right?
Well, see, first he was in that field right there. He was putting out hay bales, and they were trying to flag him down. He wouldn't stop, so then he came rushing down to our little house trailer and came in and got his rifle, went back outside, and then they were coming up our driveway. He went out there and he shot up in the air. They threw their hands up and they said a plane has crashed. Well, he did believe them, so he let Artemis came in our house trailer and used our telephone to call his family. Well, years later, Artemis starts telling this story. I survived the plane crash, and then the farmer shot me. That was a lie.
Okay.
And he's still telling that story.
And what kind of rifle was it?
A .243 rifle.
.243 rifle. So I guess if that bullet hits you, you're gonna know it, huh?
You would be dead.
Well, that's what we do. We document facts, and we want to find out from the people that were there and what happened. So this is Brenda's story.
Well, and you may want to talk to him and get his story.
Well, we try to do that, but not everybody's as gracious as you to talk to me like that, and we appreciate it.
Now, if you'll cut that off, I'll tell you my other story.
Okay, well, we'll keep going with this story, but this is a true story. I believe you. So what did you think when, all right, you were in the house, right? Weren't you in the house? And what's the first thing that happened that you knew what was good? Did your husband come say, hey, these guys crashed in a plane, or what happened that the first thing that you knew that there was something going on that you knew?
Well, when Artemis came in there to call his family.
What did he look like? Was he bloody? Was he?
No,
did you see any injuries on him?
No,
or?
I did not.
No?
No.
And what about the other guys?
They were out in our backyard.
Yeah.
Peden and Mark Frank.
And what did they look like? Were they in bad shape?
I can't remember. That's been 46 years ago. I don't remember what they looked like. But now, Mark Frank was out in my backyard burning my garbage can full of trash. He had set it on fire. Now, I'm assuming he did that to try to get attention from the helicopter.
Oh.
I don't know.
Wow, I never heard that.
But yeah.
See what you learn whenever you talk to the person that was there?
Yeah.
That's kind of...
But I mean, within just a few minutes, we had a ton of cars to start showing up.
Yeah, and...
a lot.
So what happened with those guys after they... who did Artemis call?
He called his family. I don't know who
Called
he
his family. You don't know who he called? And when the people started showing up, were they just like sitting there resting because they were traumatized from their injuries, or what happened, or were they like loaded up into an ambulance, or what happened to them after they came in the house and made the phone call?
Well, Artemis Powell got in my ex-husband's truck with him, and they went back down to the crash site.
Okay.
And then they didn't stay down there long, and then they came back up, and then neighbors started taking all of them to the hospitals.
And did you know who Lynyrd Skynyrd was at the time?
Nobody knew it was Lynyrd Skynyrd until late that night, because the three that even came to my house never said we're with Lynyrd Skynyrd. They never said that. So
in your mind, what the heck were you thinking when all this was going on? Were you saying, who are these people? No, I did believe them when they said a plane had crashed. Right. But I didn't go down there because I was pregnant at the time, and I didn't want to get down there and the plane blow up. But so when your husband realized that they were, on the plane and everything, were they like having a conversation and everything was okay, and he was like, okay, we're going to get you some help? Is that basically what happened? Yeah. And so how long do you think they were at your house, or you remember? I know it was a long time ago. No, they weren't in my house that long. So no. Then did like your husband go and help with the plane crash survivors and stuff like that, or what happened next? Yeah, he went down there, but I don't know who I was helping. Dwayne easily will tell you who was helping. So when was it you found out that they were Lynyrd Skynyrd? It was late that night. Late that night? Yeah. I mean, I think it was even on TV late that night. And now a lot of years went by, and then you guys out here all got together and started putting together this monument. And so do you guys remember any of the first survivor that came out here and met with the people that put the monument up? Can you tell me anything about that? Like, who was it? Who was like the first plane crash survivors that came and met with the people that helped save them off the plane? Do you remember that? No, I know we see Gene Odom a lot. But, yeah. I don't know. Okay, well, Brenda, this is great that we got your story here, and we appreciate it, and thank you for telling it, and it's very helpful for history about what happened with the Lynyrd Skynyrd crash. Don't put this on TV, and don't put it on Facebook. Okay. Because I don't want to be on it. All right. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, Griff Martin on the road, and here we are with Dwayne Easley, and this is Latrell. And Latrell, what's your last name again? Metter. I'd butcher it if I tried to say it, you know what I mean? That's good. Latrell Metter and Dwayne Easley, of course. Dwayne, he's somewhat of a movie star, He's been interviewed by Rolling Stone and, and all kinds of news people. But this is the gentleman here who was one of the first people, or maybe the first person on the plane, and he's been on the podcast before. Very graciously came on there, and Dwayne, he's a really nice guy to bring me out here. We're going to try to attempt to go through this rugged brush and go find the crash site there, and in October we're going to try to get Craig out here. So that's what this is, kind of like a mock-up run for that. And these guys are helping me out today, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, Dwayne and Latrell, doing this. So this is the start of the the start of the journey here. For people that don't know, that the plane crash is not too far from the monument. And the monument is a really great thing. We want to support it the best we can, and that's what this is all about. But if anybody is thinking that they could get to the crash site from the monument, you better watch out, because you might catch a bullet in your ass. So I wouldn't think about it. So this is the start, and we're going to go out here in this side by side right here, and so we're kind of prepping up for that, get ready to go. and we're going to start right here. Bullshit here. So we got, we're off. Latrell's driving, and we're in this side by side going through the woods. We're getting ready to find the entrance to this place. It's top secret. So I'm not going to video the entrance, even though it wouldn't help you if you tried to get through there. So once we get a little closer, I'll come back.
Gates.
Yeah, a lot of lock gates. Wow, you were right. It's kind of hard to even see what you're doing back here. Oh yeah, a lot of the hogs are rooting. Little hunting blind. Okay, Latrell, we kind of made it to the point where we can't go any farther. What's happening now? What do we do now?
Well, we'll walk the rest of the way in.
Yeah,
and,
so we got to go through this gate here?
Yeah, we'll go through this gate and we'll walk another probably half a mile in, and the creek will be on our right, and we'll go down into the creek, go across and see the four corners. We'll see the old Johnny Moat
entrance
where he built for the concert and the thing, the reunion, whatever that was. And the tree is down, the carving tree, so we'll go back and look at it too.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, Latrell, what's going on now? Where are we at?
Okay. Over here we're gonna head to the creek and go across where they started taking everybody out of here. And then you'll see the four corners where all the property lines came together.
Okay.
We may not go in the exact
Place where,
we
yeah.
went through. We'll
But
find
this is the creek, though.
This is the creek.
Is it? Can you see it from here?
Yeah. Probably just extremely steep right here.
Oh yeah, okay. So that is the infamous creek where they had to carry everybody through there.
If you film right there, there's the lattice work and the...
Oh, that's the entrance there,
Yeah.
okay. All right, cool. Okay, here we are at the creek. I'm gonna follow you, Latrell.
Okay.
Okay, what we got here, Latrell?
This is actually the area where they refer to the four corners. The
Uh-huh.
the four different properties that are here. That would be the Moat Farm, and then another property I'm not sure who the owner was at the time, and then that's the property that was the timber property, and then the Easley property.
And we just came from that direction is where the creek was, so okay, we're gonna continue on. Okay.
So the water level here is about what it would have looked like probably that night,
Yeah, that looks pretty deep right there.
and
But that's about what it looked like when Artemis jumped in the middle of the creek and said, "It's only waist deep there, Kenny." Cool. Okay, what's that up there, Latrell?
this is the carving tree. It's been down since Ida, the hurricane came through and took care of it.
So, before the hurricane hit, was it a live tree? What kind of tree is it?
Yeah, it's a tree where everybody had come through and carved.
Is it a poplar?
I think they reckon it was a beech tree.
Beech tree? Wow, that's a huge tree. Look at the root ball on it. So all the carving, I guess, the bark has been removed from as much as they could get out of it. But that's the tree. Big tree. Okay, Latrell, are we there?
We're here. This is where the plane came to rest, in this area right here.
And just by looking around and taking a look at where we're at, in your opinion, where would you say the plane came from? What direction?
It came from this direction.
Okay.
Came in and
What direction is that? Do you know?
that's south.
That's
So
south?
It's headed back north to Macomb.
Okay, so it
And it
was.
turned around, and he was trying to get to the opening just north.
So the actual fuselage and the wings and all the parts are in this area right here.
Well,
Whenever.
from here back, this is where the bulk of the fuselage came to rest, and then the other pieces that would have fallen off would have been further back.
All right. Cool. Well, these trees, some of these trees, like say that tree, that's probably not a tree that was here at that time. Maybe then, huh?
Yeah, I believe that this has probably been the timber's been cut off of this, and this is all new timber. So none of this is probably here when the plane actually crashed.
But this is the ground where the plane came to rest at. So you're looking at the Lynyrd Skynyrd plane crash site right here.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you keep talking until then. Yeah, the Road Stony Show.